Yes, a special welcome to this week's podcast. Today we are at Spice Route Restaurant in Andover, and we're going to be talking about some of the exciting, low-risk, low-cost tests that has made a massive impact on the recent results for online order and delivery. Yes, hello, and a special welcome to this podcast, the Good Manners Podcast. I'm at Spice Route Restaurant, and I'd like to welcome and introduce Siva and Arif, where we've recently been running a very small test to improve and boost and scale up the number of online orders coming into the restaurant. So, Siva, has it been going well so far?
Yes, so far actually, yes, small steps actually, but it's in the right direction. That is crucial for us actually. As you know, the restaurant business is not an easy business. Currently, the times are tough. So we don't want to sit down and wait for customers to come, but we want to reach the customer as much as we can. And I think the activities that we are currently doing, even though it's initial stages, we see good results.
Yeah. Well, we've been testing a direct mail letter, and we've got a strategy for that letter. But has it had any sort of impact on you in the kitchen?
Yes, it did, to be honest. There we have seen a slight increase in the amount of online orders coming, not from third parties, but directly through our website, through them channels.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Well, I think that the reason you start your own restaurant is to build your own brand, and that's really where you want to stack the customer list, build that up, and then the system will automatically follow up. It's great that we're looking at the heat maps that's showing the two distinct areas locally where most of your business is coming from, and so we've kind of used that as a powerful intelligence and a way to look at and say, well, how can we get maximum efficiency so we can get the most orders from one place, one area. So are there many people still phoning up to order as opposed to ordering online?
Yes, we do actually, yes, but not that many actually. Currently, it's quite a few people are ordering directly online.
Yeah.
But there are few people actually, they prefer to talk to us actually, because we can guide them actually, because they're not sure. Because our menu is slightly different to standard Indian restaurant menus, so they want us to guide through. So that's the reason they call us in order to place the order.
Yeah.
Any special requests or anything which we can actually do things apart from the menu? They always talk, and probably we guide them, as you said, and then tailor the needs of the guest.
Yeah. Well, that's quite interesting actually, because we'll talk about the project and how that's working in a moment. But one of the things that the online order system will do is that if a customer orders today, then in a month's time, if they haven't reordered, it will automatically send an SMS reminder, which is brilliant because most businesses are just hoping and praying the customer's going to come back.
Yeah.
And if that happens if a customer orders today, but if another customer orders tomorrow, that customer and the next day, those customers will get their personal email, SMS message, but it will be perfectly timed, let's say 30 days after they've ordered. So it isn't everybody's getting it on the same day. They're individual, almost campaigns to those people. And
they are dormant for 30 days, it sends them a reminder. It's very smart.
Yeah. And it's using automation, and what we've been doing is we've been using some, this is the letter that we've used, and we've used a 10-point strategy to make that letter really work, and it's kind of old school with the letter and literally putting that through the letter boxes, and new school with that technology that's doing the heat maps, the online orders, and of course the follow-up if customers forget to order. And in my efforts, where I've rolled my sleeves up, I've put my walking boots on, and I've gone out there and we used to say many years ago that get out there and my old manager used to say you'll lose a few front teeth but it will be okay, but you never do. And everybody that I've met in the areas where your customer base is building have all been really nice. Some people have already know your business, your reputation is really good, so that's great. Lots of people living outside of Andover, although close by, don't necessarily know the area, so it's good to we have to market, we have to advertise, and we have to get people's attention.
You've got to make noise, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and I did have a gentleman who I introduced myself, and I said, "Hi, it's Neil from Spice Route Indian Restaurant. Do you like Indian food?" And he was a bit abrupt, and he said, "Nope." And but in that same split second, I heard a voice say, "I do." And so it was his wife, and she came out. She asked me to explain what it was, and I always explain this great photograph of the smiling chefs.
Does that impact?
It has a great impact. It really does, because too many restaurants are they're kind of, the food can be great, the location, the delivery, but there's no face to a business. And the more we can get some engagement, yeah, and we can, you know, and I always say about my photo, if somebody doesn't like me, let's find out pretty soon. But we've got some good responses coming back. We've got a bit of a fan club building up for the for the smiling chefs. Yeah,
for good.
Yeah, excellent. So I think it's we've seen that the orders have gone up, and there's been a sort of an instant positive reaction to the orders coming through. What we don't know is how many people will be putting the letter in the bin, or they'll be keeping it, or they will have made a note of it. But certainly the reaction has been good so far, and we'll be measuring and we will be tracking closely the responses and the repeat orders. And in the analytics, we can see who the customers are that spend the most, who the customers are that order the most. Not always the same. Not always the same customer. Yeah, and we are seeing that the revenue has gone up for the takeaway orders and online orders. We've seen the number of orders has gone up, but we've seen that the size of the order has dropped. Yeah, and do you have any thoughts on why that might be?
I would say that people who are ordering for the first time, or they don't know us, they would just rather go in for a small order for now, just to check and see how it is, what it is, consistency wise, taste wise, and then it might increase. As I said, it's initial days now, and there is an increase, slight increase. In due course of time, we will see how things will shape up, and hopefully it should go in the right direction.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll call this project of delivering these letters with a specific headline, the QR code, an introduction, some locality on there about Dear Picket 20 resident, and the PS and the call to action, all of that strategy, overall we would call probably letter boxes and shoe leather. That's what we need. We need lots of letter boxes, and we need a good pair of boots as well.
We should have a couple, I think.
yeah. But I do agree that I think people sometimes think we'll try it, we'll give it, we'll test
it a go.
Yeah. So you know, we know that the reputation is good, and they'll be coming back for more. So thanks very much for listening. It's great to be here with the Smiling Chefs, and look forward to seeing you on next week's podcast. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.